the Black Feather Intuitive, and welcome to Divinely Decked, Tarot and Oracle Reviews done Stacey style. And today I thought I would switch some things up. I've been going through my card deck collection. This is Neo, who is having a very difficult time with the fact that Mama is trying to record today. So he'll be joining us apparently. I went through my card deck collection and I discovered 3 decks that I have not either looked at in 4 or 5 plus years, or that I bought it, looked at it once, and haven't looked at it again. And I thought, well, they either need to be rehomed, or I need to reacquaint myself with them to understand what they mean for me today. And I thought I would bring you guys along for the ride. And so this is video 1, so part 1 of 3, and without further ado, let's get to it and see what we got with the first deck. So we have the Antique of Magick Oracle. This is a volume 1 of traditional tarot symbols, and I'll be honest with you, I can't remember exactly why I went ahead and bought this deck. I just found it to be really interesting at the time. It is in a kind of like one of these top flip boxes, so it's like a treasure box. It's beautiful on the inside. When we create space from our fears and surrender, the universe shows us everything. Magic and miracles are yours to receive. And so I think I was buying this because I was wanting to understand more deeply what the tarot symbols actually mean. And this was an independent deck creator, but I actually ordered it on Amazon. So I think they have an Amazon shop or whatever. And so it came came with all of this fun stuff. Thank you for supporting this independently created and published deck. I'm honored to be a part of your journey. Gave me a bunch of information. Jillian C. Wild is the creator. And as you can see, it's all like pretty much exactly how I got them. And I remember thinking that the imagery was really pretty, but just honestly haven't worked with it at all. So it gives you information on working with the deck, enhancing your intuition and your sacred symbology dictionary, learning the Rider-Waite-Smith deck, different incantations. Oh yeah, that's right. And it's kind of like a journal where she gives, the castle, the history of the castle symbol, the oracle message. She gives you a place to write your stuff out. So the chain, beyond link, restriction, tie, withheld, incantation. I freely enjoy the pleasures of life. The Rider-Waite-Smith tarot card that it's connected to is the devil. And then you can write your intuitive thoughts to it. And then she gives you an information around that chain symbol. And then she gives you an oracle message around pulling that out. So it's kind of like Rider-Waite-Smith symbology deconstructed. And maybe that's why I was drawn to it. But for whatever reason, I think I worked with it once, didn't really know how to work with it or feel really called to it. There's some spreads here. And I just haven't looked at it. And I'm really in that space in my life where if I'm not using it, then it needs to be repurposed. It needs to go to another home or, somewhere where it's not just sitting there. And of course, yes, I am a collector. But if you've been watching me for a while, you know that I'm kind of a unique collector. I'm only going to collect things that I'm going to love and that I'm going to use. And if I'm not using it and it's just taking up space, then there's no point in having it. They are a mini size, so they're very small. They're on excellent cardstock. I mean, they went all out. It's that, beautiful black matte finish, not rose petal, but black matte. It's reversible. Absolutely gorgeous, stunning design here. Oh, and speaking of the castle, apparently the castle is on the top. And so it's showing that castle energy. So as I was, kind of talking about it here, let's see if I can find it again, because I had opened right up to it. Yeah, so fantasy, oneness, soul guardianship, alignment, and mercy. Incantation, my soul deserves greatness now and always. The castle can be found in the Chariot, the Ace of Wands, the Four of Wands, the 5 of Cups, the 7 of Cups, the 8 of Swords, and the 9 of Pentacles. And she gives a history of the castle. The castle represents the house of the soul. a place of pure oneness and protection for our inner light. It is the outer casing of the spirit and the richness an individual human holds within. The castle represents the soul rising towards spiritual attainment and the heart coming into alignment with the soul's desires and personal goals. The castle represents a place of mercy. Black castles are known to symbolize feelings of being lost and wandering with little hope or inspiration. White castles hold the light that is contained within and protected by a higher source, a place of illumination and truth. Castles up high or far in the distance represent living from a place of fantasy and disconnection from the material world. And then she gives a beautiful oracle message. How well I endure life's challenges is all in the way I choose to respond to the messages and obstacles that are sent my way. When I am still, it is within this stillness I can hear the whisperings of my heart. This message is a reminder that no matter where I am in my life, I am heading in the direction of my calling. I am protected every step of the way. The universe is letting me know every decision that I have made or that has been made for me has brought me to where I am now. I am one step closer to the forever unfolding desires of my soul. Each moment in time is connecting me closer to the treasures that are hidden within my walls. She does another paragraph, but I will sort of skip that. So let's just kind of take a peek here and see what else. Tree, arbor, and she gives this the symbol around it. There's an eye. There's a third eye in there. Heart, animulus. Oh, this one's upside down. The flag. Vexillum. Bench. Scamnum. Feather, pluma. Sun, solis. Ica? Folium, interesting. Lantern, lumina. Hammer, malleus. Chain, catena. Ship, navis. Rose, rosa. Ice, glacius. Wolf, lupus. Staff, magicum. Oops. Sphinx. Apparently it's said in Latin the same way as it's said in English. House, Aedis. Snake, Angius. Scale, ascendio. Blindfold, opertis. Hand, manus. Wreath, coronatus. Lion, Leo. Butterfly, papillonum. Bull, Taurus. Lobster, locustum marinum. Grapes, uvid. Globe, globus. Coffin, sepulchrum. These images are really pretty. I can see now that this is helping you to go deeper into a tarot practice. Cloud, nimbus. Bird, avum. Horse, equus. And I can see, if I have time to devote to that this would definitely deepen my tarot practice with the Rider-Waite-Smith to understand that symbology in that deeper way. Moon, Luna. Now, I tend to read everything intuitively, so I wonder if knowing all of that stuff would affect the intuition or whether it would simply enhance that. Lizard, angel. Yeah, of course, there's lots of angelic stuff in there. Lilies. Yes, there are so many lilies in the tarot. Key, clavis. Ocean. Ram. So yeah, I'm feeling like this as a deck, pomegranate, is not necessarily something I'm going to be using as a deck per se, as much as I would be using it as like flashcards. Looking it up, taking a card in particular, looking up that card, looking at all of the symbols. I don't know that I would necessarily, excuse me, now I've got hiccups, necessarily need the cards to do that. If I were working with the traditional Rider-Waite-Smith, I could just call out the different symbols and use the book to flip through that. So yeah, I feel like it's kind of like going a layer deeper, and that is why it's a journal situation, where we are journaling on the symbology, and then through the memorization or the acknowledgement and the integration of the symbology, maybe that feeds into the intuitive process, because psychically and intuitively, our guides can only work with what's in our head. Think of it like a computer. If the computer does not have particular programs laid in, it's not going to work very well, right? Like if the information isn't there, then they can't pull on that information. So that's why I don't do math formulas, right? Because I'm not a mathematician. Don't ask me like complicated medical questions, because I don't have the language to explain it. I'm going to explain it to you, based in this part looks like a triangle and that part looks like a snail, and that kind of thing. So we end with the doggy. That's so sweet. So, I think this would be interesting as a study. I don't know that I'm ready to let this deck go, but I don't know how much I would use this. Like my brain right away goes to, why don't I just go to the tarot itself and look at the cards and pick out the symbology that's in the cards and then just look it up. But this is an invitation to really go a little bit deeper. It's written as a journal, so that you're kind of layering things into learning the tarot. So in a way, it's almost like reverse engineering the tarot, which I find very interesting. So I don't know. The verdict's not out on this. I don't know that I'm going to rehome it yet, but I feel like I'm going to give myself a time frame on setting aside time to use it, and to see how I feel about it, and go from there. If I'm feeling at that point that, okay, I just don't think this is necessary for me, then I think I would rehome this. The images are beautiful, but I don't know how I would really use these cards, even in conjunction with anything else, other than to be like flashcards. So yeah, that's kind of interesting. All right, guys. Well, that is our Divinely Decked for today. We are exploring that Antique of Magical Oracle. It's a really cool concept. Yeah, and I'll keep you posted on what I decide to do and how I decide to work with this. So thanks so much for joining me, guys. As always, sending you so much love and support. Until I see you on the flip side, take care and transform well. That's our show for today. I hope you enjoyed it. It was great to connect with you guys. Please like, subscribe, and comment for more content like this. And feel free to follow me on Blue Sky for even more content every single day. Can't wait to see you guys next week for another installment of Black Feather Couture, Divining the VIP Life.